Jokic has it with 10 on the shot clock. Hands it off over to Murray with 5. Murray turns the corner. Back over to Jokic. He's in the paint, leans in, floater, ball game. Denver's going to win game number 1 of a 4-game road trip. They're up by 9 with 37 seconds left to go in the game.
The Michael Malone Show is brought to you by the Central City Casino Parkway. Take I-70 to exit 243. The Central City Parkway, your 4 lanes to fun. Fun in Indy last night as the Nuggets get a nice win. Coach Malone joins us right down the hall from Scott Hastings, I assume, if they let Scott stay in the same building as Coach Malone. Coach, good afternoon. It's great to have you on. How are you?
I'm doing well, guys, and luckily Scott is not in my room, so I don't have to worry about that.
All right, well, there's that. I doubt we all want to get to the game, of course, and where things are at, but it was hard for us to believe that you had never met Sean Payton before because of the way that you guys greeted each other and how well you seem to get along instantly.
You look like 2 long-lost brothers to me.
Yeah, that's felt like a kindred spirits right there.
Well, we had actually we hadn't met, face to face, but we had texted quite a bit since his arrival, and when I knew that they were in town for the combine, and I would have a chance to, spend some time with him, I was excited about meeting him face to face, and really enjoyed the 15 minutes or so before the game that I was able to talk with him. Big basketball fan, and I definitely, as I told him when I was saying goodbye, I said I look forward to following up and getting together again and just and getting to know him even better. Obviously, he's had a tremendous career, and congratulated him on an outstanding season with the Broncos, getting us back to the playoffs. And bigger and better things are ahead for Bronco country, and he's a big part of that.
It's interesting. I got a chance to speak with him too, Coach, and he was there when you guys clinched the NBA championship, and I think that celebration and the fans that were around and what that building was like, and you remember that night, I think really, really impressed him. But I was saying a while ago, it doesn't matter the sport, does it? Basketball, football, baseball, whatever it is. There's a kindred spirit amongst you coaches because y'all are going through kind of the same kind of pressures. You're still trying to develop young players. You're trying to win. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, even if it's different sports.
Oh, without a doubt. And I've been really fortunate to be in Denver for 10 years now. And when I look around the town and you have Jared Bednar in the same building running the Avs, doing a hell of a job. You have Sean Payton with the Broncos coming off of a really impressive season, a lot to build on there. And then, one of my favorite guys, Buddy Black with the Rockies. You talk about a class act and the guy that just is a wonderful person and a great leader for that franchise. And hopefully we can, see the Rockies kind of get back on track. But, I love all the guys in Denver that, that represent their respective ball clubs. And you're right. Coaching is coaching. Teaching is teaching. And we all have our own challenges, but I know that we all support each other at the same time, and that's great when you have that kind of camaraderie with each other.
Coach, as a guy that spent a lot of his career as a role player, I feel like I've got a kindred spirit with guys like Zeke Nnaji when I see them going out there and doing their deal. And I'm curious your thoughts on the evolution of his game and maybe what the difference has been for him over the last month or so.
Well, I mean, the biggest difference in the last month or so for Zeke Nnaji is that he's gotten a chance to play. I mean, and as you know from being in the NFL, and Scott knows from being in the NBA, and Dmac doesn't know because he's never done that.
What? Thank you.
Is that when you are a player like Zeke Nnaji and you're out of a rotation, you have to do everything you can, both mentally and physically, to stay engaged and to stay ready. Because when that opportunity comes calling, and it will come calling, it's just the way the season works, you have to be ready to seize that opportunity. And Zeke's done that. Peyton Watson went out with injury, and Zeke has done an outstanding job. We saw that again last night. In 24 minutes off the bench, Zeke scores 14 points, grabs 3 offensive rebounds, has 2 blocks. Just doing a lot of really good things for us. And the probably the most rewarding part of that is not only him being ready, but just seeing the confidence within him grow and the confidence that his teammates have in him right now, because they're seeing him do it game in and game out. So so happy and so proud of Zeke and the job that he's been doing for us.
Man, the Lakers, they were treating that win like the Super Bowl there, Coach. They were pretty pumped up about that big win they had there. But I don't know. Give them credit, right? They played well. They got you guys. But you quickly adjusted to whatever you needed to. In a weird way, is that all right? Does that get your attention a little bit? Can you use that as the positive moving forward?
Oh yeah, I think you always have to learn from any loss, and failure is never fatal. It's just an opportunity for you to learn and grow from. And to your point, as I said after that game, you got to give the Lakers all the credit in the world. They came into our building, they were physical, they were aggressive, they were just all over us, and they were able to beat us in our building the first time that's happened in a while. But it's one game. You don't overreact.
Right.
You watch the film, you learn from it, you teach, and you try to grow from it. And obviously, we'll have a chance to play them, I think, 2 more times. And we look forward to those opportunities because in these final 24 games, like tomorrow against 2 days against Milwaukee and Detroit and Boston, and even after this road trip, we're going to be challenged so many more times during this regular season. And some nights, like last night, quality road win against a team that's been playing very well in Indiana. That's great. You can still learn from that. But, we don't get down after a loss. We get pissed off, but we got to make sure we learn from it and we bounce back. And that was what I was happy about last night, beating Indiana, playing more like the Denver Nuggets that we've become accustomed to seeing night in and night out. And we got contributions from a lot of players, and that's always fun to watch.
I said something, and see what you think on this, because you're way smarter than this than me. I said the easiest shot to get in basketball is a three-pointer. I mean, you watch Steph Curry, he can take a step inside the half-court line and chuck a three. It's an attempt, right? You can always get three-pointers. But the way you guys play, being dominant in the paint, I think you got another 72 or 74 points in the paint last night. Your threes were back down into kind of normal, if you will, Nuggets range. You hit a nice volume of them. The passes were up, led by Joker with 19 assists. That's harder to do, but I also think it's harder to defend. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would. And to your point, it was 74 in the paint last night, and after 58 games, we lead the NBA in paint points per game at 60, which I don't think has ever been done before. I don't think an NBA team has ever averaged 60 paint points per game for an entire season. And obviously, we lead the NBA in fast break points per game at 20. And in this NBA of today, Scott, as you know, it's a very three-point centric league. Everybody wants to shoot 53s. And we're kind of the opposite of that. We're old-fashioned. We try to dominate the paint. We try to post up Nikola. We try to get cuts to the rim. We try to have an attack mindset and attack mentality. And that is also hard to guard because now you have, if you're guarding the Denver Nuggets on most nights, you're guarding a team that is trying to run the ball down your throat, attack the paint over and over and over again. And that is a lot more difficult to guard than just coming down and jacking threes, if you will. But each team has to do what is, best for their roster. And the way we play right now, I think, is what is best for our group. We like to shoot threes. We're not anti-three-point line. A couple of games ago, we shot 43. Last night, we shot 21. But there's a balance there, and obviously we have to do what's best for our group. And I think it's been a winning formula for us the last 6-7 years.
Well, it was good to see AG hit a couple of those last night along this at the same time. Nikola Jokic goes out there and does nothing but have 19 assists. And none of us have mentioned it because we all just get accustomed to these nights from Nikola Jokic, which I guess is shame on all of us in the media. But Sean Payton actually said before the game that he saw Nikola Jokic more as a tight end and not a quarterback. What do you think about Sean Payton's analysis of him as a football player?
Well, I tell you what, I can't really disagree with Coach Payton because he is a football coach and I am not. He's won a Super Bowl. If he sees Nikola more as a tight end, I can't argue with that. But having coached Nikola for 10 years and seeing the full arsenal of passes that he's been able to make, from full court bombs to interior passing, to lob passes, behind the head, whatever it may be. One thing that Coach Payton and I did talk about is that the great ones, like Nikola, like Drew Brees, like the guys that we both have coached, always find ways to make everyone around them better. And I think Nikola Jokic last night, career high, 19 assists, and the second most assists by a center in NBA history by a Wilt Chamberlain. So obviously Nikola continues to put himself in very lofty company. And I don't know if he's a tight end or a quarterback or whatever, but I know he's in the NBA. He's an incredible basketball player that takes so much joy in making each and every one of his teammates better on a night-to-night basis.
Coach, were you a fan of the TV show Breaking Bad?
I never watched it.
All right. Well, there's a scene where Walter White, right? Like, and he goes from, like a little school teacher to Scarface. That's the transition, right? And there's a scene in there where his wife is like, "Oh, I'm scared about what's going on, Walt." And Walt goes, "I am the danger. I am the one who knocks. People are afraid of me." And it was quite a thing from being a timid, sort of scared character as the seasons went on to being, I am the intimidating force. I thought about that last night when Halliburton after the game said, listen, there's no other team like the Nuggets. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. Like, the Nuggets are the danger. The Nuggets are the one who knocks. You don't have to adjust to anybody else. You just have to be yourself. You are different than everybody else when you're playing at the top level. And I do wonder if we get too caught up in, being nervous about other teams, rather just asserting your own dominance and what you do well and let the chips fall where they may.
Well, I think it's a great analogy, but I have never seen the show, so I really can't comment on that. But you got me fired up, Dmac. I like that. That was pretty good, man.
Well, like how many times have we had you look at points in the paint? Look what we do. Kind of like Sean McVay about, screw those draft picks. Forget about those 3-pointers to a certain degree. See what you can do to stop us. We're going to be who we are, and we're not going to worry about everybody else. And that's that. It's kind of just like, that's what I felt like last night watching you guys. Seriously.
Well, you know what? It was interesting. One quote that I did see, and I sent it to Nicola right away when I saw it. After the game, they must have interviewed Tyrese Halliburton, who's a tremendous player. And he said, you know what? I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something to the effect of, Nicola is not one of the top 10 athletes in the league.
Right.
But from a defensive standpoint, the job he did tonight guarding me in pick and rolls and being at the level and giving me different looks, it gave him a little bit of hesitation. And I thought that was outstanding because we always hear Nikola Jokic, yeah, but he's not a world-renowned shot blocker. Who cares?
Right.
Nikola is Nikola.
Right.
And he is an impactful defensive player. And if you really watch the game and you study it, the guy is top 5 in steals per game as a center. He's got great hands, great anticipation. He was our defensive player of the game last night. He's putting pick and rolls all night long. He's at the level. He's breaking up pocket passes with his hands, with his feet. And I would agree with your overall sentiment, DMAC, in terms of the end of the day, at the trade deadline.
Right.
All these moves happen. We don't get caught up in what's going on around us. We worry about what's going on within us, our team. All we have is each other moving forward. So we're going to do what we do. Now, when I say that, there are a lot of things that we can improve upon. We're never satisfied. There's a constant commitment to trying to be great. And that's why the old adage of good is the enemy of great. There's not many great teams because being good is pretty damn comfortable. Well, we don't want to be good. We want to try to continue to push ourselves to be great, and we have 24 more games to try to get there. And I'm looking forward to that journey and that ride with a tremendous group of young men that I love working with every single day.
Damn right. See, I'm getting everybody fired up. That's right.
Hey, let me read these stats for you real fast. And one that no one ever talks about that I guarantee the listeners have pinpointed. Points per game, Joker, third in rebounds, second in assists, third in steals per game, fourth in three-point percentage, and most importantly, number one in fantasy points per game.
What?
He's number one. I never saw that stat before. He's number one, and this is on the NBA website.
God.
He's number one in the league in fantasy points per game. There you go. Throw that out there.
Now, let me ask, you read off so many stats. I mean, but to your point, I know that Nikola Jokic has a chance. I mean, right now he's top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists per game. He's and steals now. He's actually 3rd in steals per game.
Crazy.
3-point percentage, he's 4th. I mean, and I know there's a lot of talk now about the MVP, and you have Shea in OKC, who is a great, not a good player, a great player, very deserving of being in this conversation, and can't say enough good things about Shea. But when you just look at Nikola and what he's done, and he's doing things and has a chance to do things that no one has ever done before. And we had a game on before the Laker game. I met with the ABC crew, and Doris Burke asked me a question about Nikola and being MVP. And I said, Doris, I said, he's a 3-time MVP, and he's playing the best basketball of his life. And look at his stats. One of the things that really kind of is crazy, don't look at Nikola's stats for a game. Look at his stats through 3 quarters only. And no one else in the league has as good a stats as Nikola in 3 quarters alone. That speaks to just brilliance, domination, efficiency, and obviously greatness. And it's just great to be around a player of that magnitude every single day, and to watch him continue to find ways to push himself and help carry this team each and every night.
Coach, you want us to play that soundbite for you so you can just get a little extra juice here today so we can get you fired up? You want to hear it?
Hey, just text it to me, man, so I can I'll put it on a loop and just keep on listening to it.
All right, go ahead and play it, Dan.
You clearly
It's in loop.
don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skyler. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Yeah, come on, Coach. Come on.
I'm getting some T-shirts made. I am the danger.
I am the danger.
I am the danger.
I am the one who knocks. Let's go. All right, by the way.
That would be a good T-shirt.
I
don't want to make a deal out of this, but the Broncos have got it painted, I am the storm in the tunnel, right?
I do not know that.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can knock on another door. By the way, Coach, when are you going to invite all the muggles, the reporters, out for dinner or something so they can all suck up to you like Sean Payne did last night?
Well, I think I read something last year. After the season ended, didn't Sean send everybody
ice cream,
donuts or ice cream?
No, but last night, maybe you don't know, he hosted all the local Denver media in a box to watch the game.
Wow.
Dinner
That's
before
smart.
that, yeah.
Yeah, when are you doing that?
That's smart.
When are you doing that? When,
D-Mac's begging for a gift right now is what he's doing.
Me and Ryan Blackburn and Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison and Ryan are just waiting by their phones.
Well, listen, they might be waiting for a long time. I got a very select group of people. But maybe, how about this? Maybe we'll go to Blue Pan Pizza, and I can host you guys, and we'll get some good food.
Hey, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. All right, Coach. Always great talk to you. Congrats on the win. Best luck the rest of the way on this road trip. Talk to you next week.
Hey, Dmac, meet me there on Thursday night.
Thursday night.
If I'm late, I'll be there. I promise.
Okay, that sounds great, Coach. All right, thanks,
I am the
Dennis.
danger.
I am the one who knocks. All right, we'll see you later. There we go. Michael Malone Show brought